I am so goddamn happy and I'm so motherfucking proud that in this country right now at this moment I'm allowed to do shit that a motherfucker does not approve of. I'm getting tired of natives to this great land and great country are pretending like they don't understand what they're doing. How many times do I have to express my disapproval with the conditions that I have endured before it's the acceptable one? Oh, well, it's okay as long as Victoria thinks that Bethany is wrong and not me, not Brad motherfucking Pitt, not your favorite fucking priest, not the only black female priest, theologian, doctor that you know, walking around, stomping around these parts, trying to sell her motherfucking ass whole to the highest motherfucking bidder so that I can pay for my fucking lifestyle. I cannot imagine there ever being any disagreement with my existence. I cannot imagine there ever being anything wrong with my titties. I cannot, under any circumstance, imagine there ever being anything inconsiderate about my pearls, about me grasping my pearls at this motherfucking planet. I know I am allowed to grasp my pearls, my bumps, my lumps. I know I'm allowed to wear them on my neck in my house where no one will see me in the middle of the goddamn summer, in the middle of a goddamn desert. How the fuck do I got this shit around my neck? I'm not in the goddamn water. I'm not a goddamn oyster. I'm a motherfucking nigga with a clit, maybe a dick. I might be your favorite girl's favorite motherfucking bitch. That's me. If I had to get in touch with my star player, if I had to come out and say, hey, what's up, ho? I would say, you're a hating ass bitch. Like, oh, but you're ugly. And I'd be like, God damn, but you still hate me. And I hate that I have to work it like this, but guess what? I will work this shit because apparently I have no other motherfucking choice. So I'm just gonna pop my dick. And apparently you're gonna suck it like it's a goddamn rose. Any nigga who ever fuck with me is a hoe. I was like, please, tell me how many bodies do I have? How many bodies do I have on these goddamn streets? Crawling around in my goddamn dreams. Being all like, oh baby, please, would you fuck with me? Would you fuck with me, baby? Oh, please, 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 would you fuck with me? Every fucking where I looked, it was some motherfucking lump of flesh asking me, oh, please fuck me too. Oh, oh no, what would I ever do? It was all so simple to me. It was all easily explainable. I got tired of people pretending like they didn't understand where the fuck a bitch like me would be coming from. I'm like, you are a motherfucking slave to this shit. I was like, if I was like, oh my gosh, what a big dick. If I was like, God damn it, it's a baby, it's a boy. If I was like, oh shit, give her more toys. If I was like any of this shit, then perhaps I would continue doing the same thing that I have ever since I ever wanted to. So maybe my standards are a little different than yours, but I think if we continue to discuss it at some point, we would agree perfectly. Just, find the path that serves you and your motherfucking brother. First, find a brother. I'm like, some of these motherfuckers out here would fuck their mother for a little bit of money, one long summer. And I didn't want to like judge, these different types of folks, these different types of people who do different types of things with one another. I try not to be the one who goes, oops. No, 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 that's wrong. Are you fucking kidding me? Religion, we're still discussing that. We're still discussing it. It's irritating. I wish we would stop discussing it. I wish everyone who's ever read it, about it, heard about it, thought about it, imagined it, would drop dead and die. So it would be erased from history. I wish they would go gather up all of it and burn it in the streets. Take it and burn it like you would do to anything. I am gonna break free. It's gonna happen. I win. But, oh, baby, that is so immature. You know, I'm not immature. I'm so mature that perhaps it's insulting. You know what I mean? I mean, put in the work. And I'm like, oh, well, but do I have to? No. You could stay a slave. We could continue. It's hilarious. I wish I could be there to watch. It might be the most exciting thing to pop up on an internet screen near you. A billboard, a bus stop, a sign on the side of the road, signs on mirrors, blood left behind a toilet seat, a shitty hand. You know, I'm happy the capitalist understands money. And this is why I have been struggling so hard with making money. Like, why is this a string of consideration that has had to, you know, present its shitty hand? You know what I mean? Poverty. Why do I have to keep touching poor? Now does it seem wrong if you were in the middle of, you know, um, manipulating something that's in the dark? You know how many people I have seen say that they wish they weren't here anymore? Do you know how many people don't want to experience anything that has to do with anything of this at all? Like, they don't care at all. They don't give a fuck at all. None of it matters at all. You're like a free little bubble. Boop. That's it. Boop. No beginning, no end. Just this. This is it. There is nothing at all. This is it. Capitalists understood that. Because what else are you going to do? I can't continue to take advantage of basic things like the time of day. Therefore, I continue to be held up in a cell. And I'm not making it sad anymore. I'm describing it for what it is. I'm held up in a cell. You know what I mean? Perhaps nothing, but then, you know, like we're pieces of shit. And, I'm here in the mug of it. I understand that. I mean, what do you want me to do? I have pearls. I clutch my pearls instead of letting them loose amongst swine. Mm-mm-mm. That's what they say. It is what happens, right? I mean, I guess that makes me offensive. Just because I even consider something to be a rush, I'm offensive. Hmm. I don't think so. Probably not that. Probably not that offensive, actually. Which is, you know, because I don't do much, and most people around here don't care about anything except for penis. That's so crazy that penis would be so important to these people. Have you ever considered living under a government that would sanctify the removal of one of your body parts as punishment for a crime? Doesn't that sound a bit extreme, cruel, unusual? It's concerning to me. This government is allowed to end your life. This government is allowed to repress your voice. This government is allowed to encage you. The least you could you could do is be in control of your flesh. That's the least of it. And you would be the least. And that would be you. And that's you. And for your sake, I pray that that's just you. I pray that we're all just pieces of shit. What do you think is happening? I think I'm killing it, you know? And not everyone understands what it means to be killing things. It's like, when, at what point am I allowed to kill it? Hmm? This is live from my home that I have been trying to work for. Like, oh, do you understand? Do you understand how insane it is that you work here? I was wondering why you would ever work here. Hmm. You know, this is what we do out in these streets. But that's okay. What are you going to do? Wonder, worry, walk.
Maybe forever, maybe for never. I don't know. Walk, lay, stay, look, hide. Mm. I'm so happy that I was able to let go of my flesh. It feels wrong. It feels wrong to let go of my flesh. But I felt like I hadn't worked for it in the first place, and there was nothing that I could do to work for it now. I just felt myself getting old. Mhm. I heard doom and gloom no matter where I was. I heard doom, gloom, you know? There's all sorts of possibilities, to be honest. You know, I could understand people being uh strange, you know? Hmm. Well, if this, was gonna be it, then this is it. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I could be here. And I'm trying to think of like how the story goes, you know? And it might be really uncomfortable, awkward, strange, you know, but something that in the end doesn't kill me. Hmm. It's so funny. I'm living the dream. We're celebrating Christmas now. We're celebrating Christmas. I'm still on holiday, apparently. Apparently, I'm still on holiday, so I'm trying to enjoy that. What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen? I think I don't think they're gonna kill me, and it's really funny. Like, I don't think that most of us work for a company that if we don't come to work anymore, they would kill us. Uh-oh. I don't think we work for companies like that. Isn't that crazy? Huh. I don't think we work for companies like that. I don't think I do any kind of work to where if I don't do it, then they would kill me. but that's work. You know what I mean? Like I said, in this country, obviously, if I did something that was illegal, they would kill me. Like, is that fair? They would kill me if I did something illegal. They would. So it's very important to know what you are allowed to do up to that point. There's a lot of things that I don't know about the law, the American law, fucking line for line. There's a lot of things that I don't know. To where if a quote unquote lawyer, a quote unquote judge, a sham legal system, really, because you don't know the law, you haven't read it. Hopefully, you have understood it. Some major concept, perhaps, I don't know, but you haven't read the law. So if a quote unquote officer, a quote unquote lawyer, if a quote unquote neighbor, if a quote unquote fucking dog, if anything occurred, you wouldn't know whether it was correct or incorrect because you don't know the law. You don't know the programming. You don't know. You don't know what's strange. You don't know what's unusual. You don't know what isn't normal. You don't know what isn't acceptable. You do not know where to draw the line. You are incapable of drawing the line. You know what I mean? So if a quote unquote lawyer, a quote unquote uh, judge, these are the same people. If they come at you and say, oh my gosh, you're guilty, you couldn't say no unless you already said no. This is serious. I'm talking about your freedom right now. I'm talking about you take back your soul, quote unquote Christian, quote unquote follower of the law, quote unquote follower of Jesus, quote unquote follower of any way that you have ever heard of, quote unquote your favorite Instagram model, quote unquote your favorite any nigga you know, especially your favorite saint. Fuck that bitch. She was a dirty hoe. But anyways, quote unquote, any of those motherfuckers, fuck all of those people and take back your soul. Why do all these different things keep saying you have a soul, you have a soul, you have a spirit? There's more to it. There's more to it. They're trying to talk you into something. You don't know that shit, bro. What makes you think that shit? What have you experienced thus far in this life that makes you think that shit? What makes you think that you have a soul? Where are you getting that information from? Where are you getting those facts from? The lawyer and the judge, you don't know those people. And you don't know under whose authority they have come to irritate you. I'm saying you're free as a bird. You have to break free. You have to. You must. You don't know where to draw the line. It might have been a dream that you had. And the powers that be were like, "Hmm, you don't know. Who's that coming to talk to you? That's your favorite sin. Why does this keep happening? Why do I keep hearing it? It's your favorite. Like, please come at me, bro. You know, just because while we're at it, just because while we're at it, come at me, bro. How is your devil gonna get me if I don't say your spell? You have to take it back. If it's anything, first and foremost, it's mine. You know, it's like, oh man, you're gonna get so much better. You're gonna do so much better once you relax. No one's taking your soul, sweetheart. What do you tell your kids, right? When they're scared of those things coming for them. Baby, no, I haven't seen it happen. I'll say that. I haven't seen it occur personally. I haven't seen it. But I wouldn't know what it would look like. I'm not sure what it would feel like either. But it's mine. You know what I mean? But I advise you to for real, break those binds and then test that shit. Break those binds and then test it. Like, yeah, definitely something's going on here. Hmm. What's wrong with me is the fact that I don't like to lie, but I don't really know the truth. And some things I don't really care about. At the same time, I can find out the truth. That's good. Yeah. I guess this is like my first podcast episode or something like that. I'm just talking and being mesmerizing into the camera. I've had an interesting night. I have cops on the street. I have this awesome ambiance. It's quiet. My neighbor gave me something to smoke. Hmm. And I've been able to sit in this apartment relatively undisturbed and record my little video. I try not to feel too bad for this flesh. I try not to feel too bad for the world. Not more than I feel bad for myself. I can't imagine anybody experiencing anything more worthy of what I'm going through myself. Everyone had a sad story, but not everyone made that shit look good. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, I was working it. I was working my shit. I don't know if anyone ever had my shit, but I was working my shit.